For the veterans, many of them probably are looking forward to seeing the memorial dedicated to them.
Correct.
Is there, collectively, is Arlington National Cemetery and the changing of the guard, is that a very poignant moment that many of them look forward to and appreciate?
I think that's, I don't want to say the most emotional, but it certainly is the thing that they all will specify they want to see. And as, well, you know, because you were down there, each veteran is in a wheelchair. It allows them to be right on the line. They see everything, they see it well. They get the scuffing of the heel as a tribute to our honor flight veterans. And that's, yes, it's just I think it's something that moves everybody. And again, the little honor flight allergy comes out from a whole lot of us.
Yeah.
And again, flights 36 and 37 are
Yes.
ready to go next weekend, bright and early, Saturday, May 14th. People are welcome to come to the U.S. Oval
Yes.
near Veterans Park, and that's where the send-off is. And then there's a big reception, welcome home, later at night around 8, 9 o'clock when they return home from the day's trip. And it's a chance for people to really come out and be part of this.
Yeah, we suggest, you know, if anybody wants to see the whole package, they start arriving with the police and the motorcycle escorts approximately 6:15 to 6:30, and if they got there to see that, they see quite a show right in itself. And then, like you say, the ceremony, people have never walked away and said, "I wish I hadn't come." It's one of those touching things that each of those veterans is getting their due and getting recognized for what they did. And they're so proud of it, and you can just see that in their eyes. And the crowd is great. Those veterans really appreciate the crowd, so we encourage everybody that can get over there and see that. And then the parade over to the airport, just another whole section. When you go through those fire departments that are all lined up, and that flag is draped over New York Avenue.
That's been a nice part of the tradition. You have first responders, volunteer firefighters line New York Avenue, and that giant flag that the veterans on the honor flight bus go under. It's just gives you chills when you're part of it, to go over and be part of that. That still happens. People can follow along.
Yep.
Not quite the same of where they went to the regular airport terminal in the past, but now they go off to flight operations, but they can still escort them over there if they would like, and
Correct.
and send them off.
Yeah, we're hoping this year to break the record. Right now, the record is 184 motorcycles that escort that bus over to the airport. And Lloyd Provost does all the setups for all the motorcycles and arranges everything to come together with the law enforcement and the veteran. And he's shooting for 200. So we hope we hit that. I think it'd be a great tribute to these veterans, and we're hoping that happens this year.
And motorcyclists will go the day before all over the North Country, the Adirondacks, Vermont, to escort the veterans here to Plattsburgh the night before to get ready for the flight. They go hundreds of miles to escort them here for their special day.
It's amazing. They do. They go wherever it takes, and some of those guys, the longer the better to them. They get to bring them in, and each of those veterans just thrilled. By the time they get to the hotel, they get out of the police car and go, "Oh my gosh, what a great time, and it can't get any better than this." I said, "This is just to get you here. Wait till tomorrow." Yeah. And there's so many people get involved in those, you know, the police units from all the different types are all involved. Last year we did bring in a veteran from Vermont, and the Vermont State Troopers were leading that. And we finally asked the guy, said, "You know, you don't have to stop just because there's a ferry. You just keep right on going, get on the ferry with us, and come on over to the hotel and have a dinner." And he did.
And that was a special story. You talked about how there are cases where veterans from Vietnam, but then even veterans from Afghanistan and Iraq can go on the trip now, especially if they're facing a health crisis. And you had Wesley Black was facing a health crisis, feeling the effects of his service in Afghanistan and Iraq, and just he was able to go on the trip just a a few weeks before he passed.
And it was a veteran guardian for one of our other Vermont veterans who reached out to me about Wesley Black and said, you know, he's a great guy. Because my first reaction was, we haven't done Iraq, Afghanistan. We're still trying to get through this. You know, I'm looking at visually thinking about my long list, and thankfully we did. I mean, I'm not, you know, he was just a tremendous young man.
And that must have been so special for you to be able to do that for him.
Yes.
So that he could have that
meeting with
day.
him, spending time with him. Barry and I went over to his house, and it was special, really special.
And it's so hard to put yourself in that position, you know, to sit there and talk to someone that knows they've got less than 3 months to live.
35 years old.
It's just hard to even imagine that. But what a guy. Just the composure that he went through the rest of his life with was just amazing. The one time he said, what was it? I'm up to 18. I'm having a good day. Wesley, what do you mean? Well, I'm writing my son a birthday card for every year for the rest of his life, and I'm up to when he turns 18. And you just stop and think, oh my gosh, there's something that, you know, how many people would think about that when they know they're passing away? But that's where his focus was, on his family. And I was so passionate about making sure his family was set up before he left that just unbelievable guy.
You mentioned donations. You have a few fundraisers coming up in the next few months. Folks obviously can always go to your Facebook and website to find out how to donate, but you also have some events coming up.
Yep. Yeah, we just found out the other day Nice-Goba is going to do the golf tournament for us again this year. So we're excited about that. They did a great job last year, and we hope to be somewhat similar results. The Clinton County Board of Realtors just finished a fundraiser for us, and that went very well, so we're thankful to them. And there's so many groups, I shouldn't even be mentioning,
right?
But yeah, there's so many that have helped out that we can't wait to see what comes up next.
Fantastic. Well, we hope that you have a great year with the 8 flights. The first one again kicking off next weekend, May 14th. The ceremony begins sharp at 7 a.m. on the U.S. Oval. Come a little earlier, as you mentioned, to see the veterans arriving, being escorted, and all the festivities there and the tribute. It is a wonderful thing to experience, and we hope you have a great year this year and continue well into the future. Barry Finnegan, Jenna Dupree, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for all you do for Honor Flight.
Happy to. It is my privilege.
Absolutely. We've got the best MC in the business. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it.
It is my honor to be part of that and to MC the ceremony on the Oval. It is truly, for folks, a memorable experience. So we invite them to come and join us.
I hope they do.